right?
Yes, sir.
And also there was a concept of marble cancer, right? So in
Yes, sir.
that I basically told you basically
Yes,
what
sir.
what basically happens now. Look over here.
Mhm.
The marble is basically what? Marble जो है हमारा, it is simply
Limestone.
limestone basically है ये,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes.
So see, this is calcium carbonate, right? Now
Hmm.
calcium carbonate, this is the formula of limestone, always remember this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and
Yes,
this
sir.
H2SO4, it is an acid rain. So
Yes,
this
sir.
will react with the limestone. Now this converts
Sulfuric acid.
sulfuric acid converts limestone into calcium sulfate,
Yes, sir.
calcium sulfate, and releases water and carbon dioxide.
Carbon
This is the
dioxide.
reaction that takes place there. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So major pollutants here. Major, if I were to talk about the major, ये हमारा acid rain तो secondary pollutant है ना. If I were to talk about the primary pollutant responsible for the decolorization of the Taj Mahal, primary pollutant, it is mainly what? Sulfur
So
dioxide and
sulfuric acid.
And
no,
oxides of
Nitric
nitrogen.
acid. Yes.
I'm talking about primary pollutants right now. So the major primary pollutants over here are nitrogen, oxides of nitrogen and sulfur dioxide.
Acid.
ठीक है
Yes,
ना?
sir.
So they combine with the rainwater to form acid rain.
Yes, sir.
Plus rainwater that leads to formation of acid rain. And if I were to talk about the secondary pollutant, here it's the sulfuric acid or nitric acid. Getting
Yes,
it
sir.
now? Okay. And mainly होता क्या है ना, basically in case of Taj Mahal we have seen that the acid rain that falls over the Taj Mahal, it is mainly sulfuric acid. It is mainly sulfuric acid.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Okay.
it is usually said that the first
Hmm.
rain of the rainy season
Hmm.
is acid rain. Why is it only the
Hmm.
first rain?
Basically what happens now, whatever the gases are there suspended in the atmosphere, whatever dust particles are there suspended in the atmosphere, usually if it's the first rainfall of the monsoon, so what happens, there's already presence of so much of pollutants in the environment, right?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
so during the first rainfall the rainwater will consist of so many impurities, so many pollutants in it, right? But then after, for the second rainfall, the atmosphere is now somewhat cleaner,
Yes,
right
sir.
now वो पहले से ज़्यादा clean है. So thereby the second it's said that the first rainfall is not good, so thereby avoid getting wet in the first rainfall, right? Now
Yes, sir.
don't get yourself wet in the first rainfall. So that's
Yes,
thereby
sir.
it is said, right? Okay. Now what were the steps taken to reduce air pollution in the area near the Taj Mahal? Like
The
basically
So
industries
moving industries that were near Taj Mahal.
either look, it's not as easy as we think. Okay, you can't move all the industries, so rather than that, some of the industries that are causing that releasing harmful smoke, so what government has done now, some of the industries have been shut down, some of them have been replaced from that place to another, while most of the industries are now switching to the clean fuels such as the CNG and LPG
Yes, sir.
in order to prevent the air pollution. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
All right now. So ये कुछ prevention measures हैं the government has taken. Getting it? And what are the responsibilities we as a citizen have? We need to regularly check that the different types of smoke that is coming out from our house at a domestic level. We need to check out that if it's releasing the harmful components in the environment, we need to check that as well.
Yes,
Thereby
sir.
also there's a concept of gray water. Gray water क्या होता है ना? Look over here. Water is also of two types. एक क्या होता है? One is a black water, and then there's a gray water. What are the two things over here? Look over here. In the drain, basically हम drain में क्या देखते हैं? The water is of black color, right?
Yes, sir.
And वहाँ क्या होता है ना?
Say greenish and black.
Yeah, greenish and black.
Greenish and
हाँ, generally हम black कह रहे हैं ना. Okay, now you get to see like the algae are also growing on the drain if the drain is clogged for a long period of time, right now. So look, why
Yes, sir.
it's black in color, because it is having dead decaying component also, इसमें dead decaying components भी है, plus
Yes, sir.
it has non-living components in it also, right?
Yes, sir.
So thereby it is having a black color, while gray water हम उसे कहते हैं, look here, for example, the water that comes that is released after washing of the clothes, right now. So
Yes, sir.
washing wastewater, right, plus
Yes, sir.
the water that is coming off after you wash the dishes, right?
Yes, sir.
Those water are gray water, and
Hmm.
they do not consist of any dead decaying component in them, right now. No
Yes, sir.
dead matter are present in such type of water, which is the wastewater from washing of the clothes and the dishes. So what we will do now, what is basically done, you will get to see that एक separate filter आता है, right? So you will
Yes, sir.
pass the gray water via that filter, and then later on that water can be used to water the plants, or to irrigate the plants, or it can be used to wash the cars, right now.
Yes, sir.
So it
Yeah.
would be a good initiative if such filters were to be used in every homes. So at least we can reuse that green water for the purposes like washing of the clothes, washing the cars, and washing the and watering the plants. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyways, so we did saw that air pollution has mainly two impacts on the environment. Air pollution, first of all, it is causing the greenhouse effect also, like the carbon dioxide gas, right? You already know.
Yes, sir.
And then it is also leading to acid rain as well, right now.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Marble cancer, we did this, we did talked about this one also. All right.
Yes, sir.
Now, in today's class, our main focus will be only related to water pollution.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
look over here. Like most of the water which we use, where does it come from? Usually from the lakes
Green.
or the rivers,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
It
the
actually
pond.
it actually varies from area to area, right now.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Like for example, in parts of Rajasthan, those people have made special structures like
Yes, sir.
bawdis are there.
The
Okay.
canal.
Yeah, canals. Okay, like
Yes.
in Rajasthan, here in India, you have the Indira Gandhi Canal, that
Yes, sir.
is
Yes, sir.
that supplies water to different parts of Rajasthan. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So usually हम राजस्थान में देखते हैं the people will make structures like bawdis, right? It's a type of well where they store the rainwater. ठीक है ना?
Yes,
So
sir.
from as the geographic conditions are different for different places, thereby people have got different sources of water, right? कहीं
Yes,
पे
sir.
water table की level अच्छी है, so thereby people will be only relying upon the groundwater only, right?
Yes, sir.
Now basically what happens, every day many unwanted and harmful substances are being discharged into the rivers and lakes, right now.
Yes.
Mainly water pollution क्यों हो रहा है? What are the reasons for it? I'm not going into the definition. The definition is simple thing. Pollution of water is called as water pollution. Addition
Yes,
of addition of contamination into water makes it unfit for drinking and for other purposes. Thereby, the water is said to be polluted. Hence, it leads to water pollution. Right now, as
yes,
simple as
sir.
that. Getting it now. And now this contamination could be of any water. It could be contamination of rivers, lakes, ponds, etc.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right now. So reasons की अगर हम बात करते हैं, what are the major reasons? So
The
reasons में हम
industry is releasing waste of
yeah
in the
oh,
seawater.
yeah basically. So reasons are basically what? Addition of pollutants
Yes, sir.
coming from industries, as Arhan mentioned. What else? Like we can take fertilizers also.
Yes, sir.
Fertilizers can be taken. फिर sewage भी हम ले सकते हैं.
Oil spill.
Oil spill, very good. Okay, oil spill.
The boiling
And
water.
boiling water. Not in particular.
Almost everything.
Not in particular. You can take boiling water. That's a different thing, right now. So we can take this fertilizers. You can also include insecticides also. इसमें. Insecticides भी include कर लेते हैं,
Yes,
right? Ahmed,
Yes, sir.
weedicides can also be included in this one. Getting it now?
Yes.
No, boiling water usually
Soil pollution.
boiling water. Look what in what manner it will impact the environment. Look over here. जो boiling water हमारी आती है different power plants, right, or from different
Yes.
industries. Boiling waters are being discharged into the ocean, into rivers or ponds. It could be any water body. Thereby, that is actually impacting the fishes and the aquatic life there. So yeah, boiling
yes,
water
sir.
को भी हम consider कर सकते हैं water pollutant. Getting it now?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So yeah, we will including that one also. Boiling or simply hot water, right? Oil spill. Usually, you might have heard of several cases of oil spill, right now. So oil spill के बहुत सारे cases आते हैं. Also, there are so many oil wells that have been abandoned. बहुत सारे oil wells को लोग abandon कर देते हैं because the company is in loss.
Yes,
So
sir.
thereby
Yes.
they do not actually shut off the open wells. And उन open oil wells से क्या होते हैं ना, harmful gases are being continuously released, right now.
Yes, sir.
So there are like 500 to thousands of such wells which are basically left open. Okay, and
Yes,
thereby
sir.
they are releasing harmful gases into the environment. So that's a different thing that's related to air pollution. But yeah, that is also one of the sources. And oil spill, it will it will basically form a layer over the water. We know that oil
Oil spill.
being lighter in density, it will float above the water. Thereby,
Yes, sir.
what will happen? It will obstruct the pathway of sunlight into the water. Thereby, it will impact the
Yes, sir.
fishes and the aquatic
Oil
plants.
slick.
Getting it now?
Yes.
Okay. So all these pollutants which you see, which comes from industries, which could be fertilizers, insecticides, it could be coming from our houses right now. So
Yes, sir.
these are impacting both the biotic and abiotic components. ये क्या impact कर रहे हैं? Biotic and abiotic components दोनों को ही impact करते हैं, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So and it is posing a great danger to a human life, right? If you were to visit Delhi and observe the Yamuna River there, it's basically a drain. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
it's basically a drain.
Also,
Oh,
Ganga River.
also Ganga River also, right? Many
Yes, sir.
parts you will see basically although these two rivers are considered holy in India right
Yes,
now,
sir.
but if you
Yes.
were to look at the pollutants present in them, the amount of pollutants present in them is highest, right now. These
Yes, sir.
are one of the most polluted rivers in whole Asia,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So we have basically discussed the sources of water pollution over here, right?
So
Okay.
there are bubbles coming from the Yamuna River due
there
to the
there are
industrial wastage.
yeah
Bubbles.
there are yeah bubbles, yeah. Basically आप वहाँ पे देखोगे ना कि in the Yamuna River also you will get to see that bubbles, you will get to see bubbles are floating over the water right now. Basically उसे हम क्या कहते हैं? In Hindi it's called as jhaag. I think it's called as jhaag.
Yes, sir. Jha.
Okay now. So you will actually get to see that on the Yamuna River also. Okay, someone coming to Delhi for the first time will think that it's basically ice floating over water, right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but it is actually the high amount of chemicals that are being thrown into the Yamuna River, right?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
how waste coming from our house is impacting water? Yeah, look, the wastewater that comes from our house, it mainly consists of what? It consists of human excreta.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So in many places, the human excreta is flowing in the open drain. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But in well-developed cities, the human excreta is flowing in the underground pipes. ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So basically, the sewage that is coming from our houses mainly is consist of the human excreta. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And human
Yes, sir.
excreta में क्या होता है ना? It consists of so many types of microorganisms in it. Okay, like it will consist of bacteria, viruses, many types of funguses will be there in it, protozoans will
Yes,
be there in it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. And basically, what do we see? That bacteria cause communicable disease, right? Now, thereby,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
disease like typhoid. Okay, it is caused due to water pollution. Typhoid, Amara. What is the name of the bacteria that causes typhoid, by the way?
Salmon.
Yeah, it's Salmonella typhi. Okay, let me write it over. Just a moment. Sources of water pollution. We will be
The
covering them
salmonella is
in
also
detail.
caused by
Hmm.
chickens and eggs.
What is the another name you're saying?
The salmonella is also caused by chickens and eggs.
Acha. Okay. So untreated sewage from our houses, right? So the
Yes,
waste that is coming from our house, it mainly consists of the biotic component or biotic waste हम कहते हैं इसे. Okay, and then the abiotic waste also. Why do we call it as biotic waste?
so living organisms waste.
No, because it consists of microorganisms in it, right?
Yes,
Ahmed, yeah, Ahmed, are you there now? Hmm. So it consists of microorganisms. What were the different types of microorganisms? Moments ago, I told you what could be
the
found in it.
protozoas, virus, bacteria,
Hmm.
and
Protozoans.
algae.
Yeah.
Proteins,
Bacteria.
algae,
Yes.
bacteria.
Algae, funguses could also be found in it. Right now, guys. Now, अब हम क्या देखते हैं ना कि basically what happens, somehow these microorganisms ends up in our drinking water. Why? Because many times what happens ना, जो municipality से आपकी water pipelines आ रही हैं, yeah, many people are doing their daily tasks using the municipality water.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, municipality से जो आपकी water आ रही है, right? It is passing through a different places, right? Now somewhere it is passing from drains also, right now.
Hmm.
And suppose it is passing from a drain and there is a leakage. There's a hole in the pipeline. Thereby, what is happening? Contamination from the drain is getting mixed into that water, right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the water is coming in such a large amount that even if some of the contamination is getting mixed into the water, you won't actually recognize it, right? क्योंकि
Yes,
अगर
sir.
आपने एक beaker, let's say कि 5 liter of water में आपने 2 बूंद अगर pollutant ऐड कर दी तो you won't actually realize कि इसमें
Yes, sir.
contamination है, right? ना? So thereby these microorganisms, which are disease causing microorganisms, they actually get mixed into the water.
Yes.
Okay, now.
Yes, sir.
So in this manner, people catch diseases like typhoid,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. Okay. And then next source, as moments ago, you guys told me like it's fertilizers.
Yes, sir.
Now question comes like how fertilizers are causing water pollution. Yeah. You know that farmers nowadays, since the agriculture revolution, by the way, who's the father of agriculture revolution in India? Father of green revolution in India. Who do we call the father of green revolution? Yes. Mhm. Guys, who is called the father of green revolution in India? Come on, that's a simple question. M.S. Swaminathan.
So who?
M.S. Swaminathan.
So I have never heard of him.
Yes, sir.
He's the person who played a great role in the green revolution in India. Okay, now.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is happening? Green revolution के बाद farmers starting using fertilizers. Right, the government used
Yes,
to
sir.
provide them subsidies, and thereby people started to use fertilizers more and more. Why? Because fertilizer actually increases the productivity of the soil, but not in a
Yes, sir.
long term, but not in the long run. So thereby we need to do mixed cropping also. हमें mixed cropping करने की जरूरत पड़ती है, and we need to actually need to let the field uncropped or uncropped for one season or for 1 or 2 months, so that we allow the growth of humus into it. Because what happens if you were to regularly
Take all
Hmm.
the nutrients.
exactly, basically if you were to continuously keep on adding fertilizers, keep on adding more and more fertilizers in the soil, it will basically kill the humus in it, right?
Yes, sir.
Thereby there should be a gap of at least 1 month or few days between two successive cropping. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Now what happens, farmers who are not educated properly in regard to how much of fertilizer should be added in the soil, what will
Yes, sir.
happen? If there's a rainfall, the excess fertilizer will dissolve in that rainfall water and then
Yes, sir.
run into the nearby what? Lakes, rivers, ponds. You know?
Yes, sir.
Getting it now?
Fertilizers have a lot of chemicals.
Exactly. Fertilizers are rich in different types of nutrients.
Yes,
right?
sir.
Fertilizers are basically what? ये plants के लिए nutrients होते हैं, right now.
Yes, sir.
So basically what happens कि we know that कि water में algae की growth होती है.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Spirogyra.
Look over here. In the water, there is a growth of algae over here.
Algae.
Algae. And algae is basically what? They are tiny plants. They are tiny
Yes,
green
sir.
water plants. Getting it now? That grows
Yes, sir.
basically in the stable water.
Yes, sir.
Stable water that is not moving. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So actually, plant nutrients that were meant to be provided on the soil to the plants growing there, but now it is due to the runoff water, it now goes to the uh, rivers, lakes, or ponds, basically.
Yes, sir.
So thereby, tiny plants called algae will grow. So here in the image, you can see that what is happening over here. The algae are growing here, and they are in growing such a great quantity that they are in bloom. So thereby we call them as algae bloom or algal bloom. हम कहते हैं इसे,
Yes, sir.
right? Algal bloom. So many times you will
Because
see
of
that.
oxygen.
Yeah. Also, they will do what? No, they will utilize up the oxygen dissolved in this water, right?
Yes, sir.
ये dissolve करेंगे oxygen. Thereby, it is actually depriving the fishes of the oxygen, right? Now, so
Yes, sir.
thereby the fishes will also die. It is also depriving the water from the oxygen. Sorry,
Yes, sir.
these plants from the oxygen. Also, it forms a greenish layer over the. It's like a green carpet that forms
Yes,
over
sir.
the water body, right? So thereby it does not allows the sunlight to penetrate
Wonderful.
through the water, right? So
Yes,
thereby
sir.
limiting the growth of water of aquatic plants
plants.
over here, right now.
Yes, sir.
Also, ये nitrogen and phosphorus भी लेते हैं atmosphere से, right now. So apart from alga, this nitrogen and phosphorus, it is actually taken by the phytoplanktons, right now.
Yes, sir.
So phytoplankton की भी growth हमें यहाँ देखने को मिलेगी. Getting it now? So that is the concept of eutrophication. That is the
Yes, sir.
process of eutrophication basically. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So hope that is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now you guys know like how fertilizers that is used in the agriculture is impacting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anyone has any questions so far?
No, sir.
Okay. You guys will be able to explain it.
Yeah.
Okay. Just let me write the key points over here. You guys have to define it. Actually, I need the notes from you guys. I mean to say,
Yes, sir.
जो notes आपने prepared किए हैं अब तक जितने भी chapters के, I need actually PDF of at least 1 or 2 chapters. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So
Sir, of science.
yeah, of science, not of maths, of science definitely.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, na. Also in the last class, during the last 5 minutes, I actually asked solutions from you guys in the last maths class, but I did forgot that.
I sent, right?
So no, You might have sent. Okay, you sent that, but I haven't received that. Let me check the message. No, I haven't received that, Arham. Okay, I will consult the team regarding that. But you are saying कि आपने send किया था.
Sir,
Okay,
I
what
just
about
sent. Sir, I also sent.
you have also sent? Okay, Ahmed, what about you?
No, sir, I will.
Okay, ठीक है, good. फर्टिलाइजर्स के बाद हम पेस्टिसाइड्स की भी बात करेंगे. फर्टिलाइजर्स में हमने क्या क्या बात किया था कि ओवर यूज की वजह से it will end up in water bodies
Bodies.
and there it will lead to growth of phytoplanktons. अब ये क्या होता है? You don't need to go in very depth of it. Just you will quote an example. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Phytoplankton, and then there's a process of eutrophication. Eutrophication, how you will define it? Eutrophication is the phenomena in which there's a growth of algae in water, right?
Yes, sir.
How
Yes,
it
sir.
grows, basically the algae utilizes the nutrient present in the fertilizer, and then it takes up oxygen from the water, and thereby
And sunlight.
its growth takes place. And also it also it also takes the sunlight. In fact, algae can do photosynthesis. आपको पता होना चाहिए, algae can perform photosynthesis.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now? Now later on what happens now? Later on what happens now? अगर आपने इस image पे notice किया होगा, look over here, algae dies also, right? Basically what happens now, once these algae have covered the surface of water like a green sheet, as you can visualize a little bit over here.
Yes,
So
sir.
जब algae की life cycle complete होती है, every organism has got a life cycle, right? Now
Yes, sir.
so when it completes its life cycle, जब complete होगी, thereby it will start to die, and the bacteria which are present in the water, it will start to decompose this, right? And if you see, actually this alga is present in a huge mass in the water, right? Now so
Yes,
this huge mass of dead alga will be this huge mass of algae will now be fed upon by the microorganism present, bacteria present in it. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Right?
So it will be decaying.
It will be decaying also. अब उस decaying के process में भी क्या होगा ना, whatever the dissolved oxygen is present in this water, that will also be used, right? ना
Yes, sir.
क्योंकि decaying के process में भी oxygen use होता है. Getting it now?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
So thereby the dissolved oxygen in this water, it reduces too much, it decreases too much. So
Yes,
thereby
sir.
whatever fish were remaining in this water, they will also die of starvation of oxygen. Oxygen की कमी की वजह से, due to the starvation, they will die. Getting it now? So
Yes, sir.
in this way, what we observe that the water pollution caused by the fertilizers that is used in the agriculture actually decreases the amount of dissolved oxygen in water.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now? Thereby it leads to death of aquatic life there, namely fishes and the plants over there.
Yes, sir.
Next we were to if next हम बात करेंगे pesticides की. Okay, yeah, pesticides. Now pesticides are what? Why do we use it in agriculture? In order to kill the
Pests or
pest,
rodents.
basically.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in order to kill the pests and rodents, right? Now?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
and do these pesticides harms the main plant?
No, sir.
हमारी
No,
no.
sir.
Also we use weedicides also.
Yes,
They
sir.
are
Yes, sir.
developed
To
in
kill
such a
weeds.
manner to kill the
That
weeds
only kills weed.
and does not harms the main plant. Getting it now? So farmers use these toxic chemicals like pesticides in order to kill the pest, protect the plant
Yes, sir.
from the pest and the diseases that they spread in the plant. Right now, आप
Yes, sir.
देखेंगे wheat rust होता है. Yeah, in the
Yes, sir.
chapter crop production and management, I told you about wheat rust. Right?
Yes, sir.
Basically, brown patches develops on the leaves on the of the wheat, and actually, even if a few plants were to be infected by wheat rust, all the crops will be infected due to this. So thereby, farming ke baad, once the person has sowed the seeds, once the plant has started to grow a certain length, they will at regular interval spread the pesticides, weedicides, etc. Getting
Yes,
it
sir.
now? अब ये भी say this also impacts the aquatic life in the same manner. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So some of these pesticides will dissolve in the rainwater and then run into rivers, lakes, and ponds, and thereby they'll be polluting the water. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Now, No, pesticides होता क्या है ना, pesticides, we get to see that this is a non biodegradable substance,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
right? There are two types of substance, one that gets dissolved into the soil, in the environment, one does not get dissolved, right? So the non biodegradable pesticides in the the non biodegradable pesticides, it will be absorbed by the aquatic plants, getting it?
Yes, sir.
It will be absorbed by the aquatic plants, and then these aquatic plants will then be eaten by the fishes, getting it? So during
Yes,
this,
sir.
what happens, pesticides are transferred from the aquatic plants to the fishes. इनकी वजह से
Yes,
क्या हो रहा है ना, ये जो नॉन बायोडिग्रेडेबल पेस्टिसाइड्स है, दे आर बीन टेकन अप बाय द प्लांट्स. अब
yes, sir.
ये प्लांट्स में पहुंचे. Now when these plants will be eaten up by the fishes,
Yes, sir.
so now eventually the pesticides are landing in the body of fishes. So thereby, अब कोई person इस fish को खाएगा, when a person will eat this fish,
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
thereby the components, harmful and toxic components in this pesticide, has now entered the body of the person, getting
Yes,
it
sir.
now? So
Yes, sir.
thereby, in many cases, it might lead to the death of the person also, or
Yes, sir.
it might simply damage the health, or in worst case scenario, अगर बहुत ज़्यादा amount होगा, तो it might lead to death also,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
right? So there's a chain of flow of contamination or pollutants from one place to another, one body to another, getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Then finally हमारे पास क्या है, industrial wastes, right?
Yes,
Talking
sir.
about the industrial waste. So industrial waste basically, it amounts to all the waste that is coming from the industries, right?
Yes, sir.
So basically, most of the industries, they actually do not treat the water before dumping into the water bodies, right? Because the governments are do not regularly check up on the industries, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, mainly हम वैसे industries की बात करते हैं here that will be producing toxic chemicals, right?
Yes, sir.
We will not be considering industries that does not produces that much of toxic chemicals. Mainly वैसे industries की हम बात करते हैं where the waste materials are like lead का production होता है, arsenic का production होता है, जहाँ पे cadmium का production होता है, getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So these industry will be talking about, right? And
Yes, sir.
metallurgy, जहाँ पे metals की refining होती है, where the
Yes,
metals
sir.
are derived from the ores, those types of industries are also considered as the industries that are releasing harmful components in the environment,
Yes,
getting it?
sir.
Yes, sir.
So you have got now industrial waste. Industrial waste क्या होता है? Basically toxic chemicals coming from industries, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
अब industries में क्या होता है ना, if you were to see whether it's a automobile industry or whether it's the refined metallurgy industry where metals are being refined or extracted from their ores, right now, or wherever there's an excessive use of chemicals also, so thereby huge amount of waste will be discharged by the industries into the nearby lakes or rivers, right?
Yes, sir.
So इस तरह से क्या हो रहा है ना, the river water or the lake water, they are getting polluted due to those toxic chemicals, right?
Yes, sir.
अब toxic chemicals क्या present होंगे, इंडस्ट्री से जो भी आपकी waste आ रही है, that is dissolved into the water, it mainly consists of what? Mercury, that is very
Yes, sir.
poisonous. Yeah, mercury is very poisonous gas.
Yes, sir.
Arsenic is also there, it's also toxic gas, toxic
Yes, sir.
component. Nickel is also there, cadmium bhi hai. So these are actually the harmful components, harmful metals हैं actually, ये सभी अगर आप देखेंगे तो
Yes, sir.
these are all harmful metals that are found in the industry water that are actually being released into the water without even treating it, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
इसमें एक और आप ऐड कर लेंगे lead also,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now which industries will be releasing these type of waste mainly अगर हम बात करते हैं leather industries के,
Yes, sir.
We can take leather industries or here, sugar industries.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you guys also name some of the industries. Like we can take mm, industries that are manufacturing fertilizers, pesticides, or insecticides.
Say
Leadership.
vehicles.
Yeah, automobile industries also, chemical industries. It will be,
So textile industries.
yeah, textile industries. Very good. Okay, textile industries. Right now,
Yes, sir.
oil industries. No, no, oil
Yes, sir.
industries will also be there. Oil basically refinery की हम बात कर रहे हैं. Oil refinery industries. Getting it now. So these
Yes,
are
sir.
the major types of industries that releases the waste into the water bodies. Now, अब
Yes, sir.
harmful effects क्या क्या हो रहे हैं? We did talked about the major pollution sources. We know
Yes,
that
sir.
what are usually the major pollution sources, right?
Yes,
It
sir.
could be coming from urban also. It could be coming from agriculture. It could be coming from the forest also. Forest से क्या होगा? Basically, sediments and pathogens or the fecal matter of the animals which are being
Yes,
dumped into the water. But actually, forest से जो भी waste आ रहा है, they are actually being neutralized. They are not having that much of impact on the environment. क्योंकि
yes, sir.
they are what? They are biotic waste now. So
Hmm.
they are basically biodegradable in nature. So they will get dissolved into the water, right?
Yes, sir.
So harmful impacts of water की अगर हम बात करते हैं, harmful impacts of water pollution, right? So
Yes, sir.
drinking of water which is polluted, it can cause several types of disease. Like it can cause cholera, typhoid हो
Yes,
सकता
sir.
है, diarrhea हो सकता है, right? Jaundice could also be there. Jaundice could also be there. Then dysentery
Yes,
भी
sir.
हो सकती है. But these are the different types of diseases that a person can suffer if he consumes dirty water, untreated water, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then हमने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले देखा moments ago we saw that polluted water can cause death of aquatic plants and fishes also, right?
Yes, sir.
Getting it now. Then these are basically the two types of impact that the water pollution has on the environment,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. And also we can see that polluted water has got impact on non-living things also in the environment, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So polluted
Yeah.
water में क्या होता है? Like it consists of all forms of waste in it.
Yes, sir.
Polluted water. Look, one of the components we missed over here, okay, water pollution may we should have added acids also, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Addition of acids also. That is also very important. So look over here. If the polluted water is acidic in nature, so wherever that polluted water will pass from, it will corrode the surface.
Yes, sir.
That will corrode the surface. Thereby, it will be impacting the non-living component in the environment,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Also, हम देखते हैं कि from the drains, foul smells arise from the drain, right? That
Yes, sir.
foul
Yeah.
smell is actually the different types of gases that arise from the drain.
Yes,
Getting
sir.
it now? Okay. So now we will be mainly talking about the different rivers here in India uh, that are being polluted. First of all, we will talk about the Ganga river, not so holy Ganga, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
now what happens now? Okay, the water of river Ganga has been highly polluted. Why? Because we see in the villages, towns, and cities, जो भी river Ganga के बैंक पर situated है.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the towns, cities, and villages which are situated nearby the river Ganga. So
Yes, sir.
those people's livelihood largely depends upon the Ganga river. People could be using the Ganga river water for bathing, for puja, right now
Yes,
for
sir.
washing for washing their clothes, for irrigating their fields, right now.
Hmm.
So one way people are benefiting from the river Ganga also, but then people are also dumping the waste, right now वो large quantities में garbage dump कर रहे हैं,
The
right now.
dead
Yes, sir.
bodies.
Dead bodies, right? So dead bodies will be also like कि आप देखेंगे कि one is के
Polluted.
one is that when the dead body is burnt in the Hindu dharma, they release all the
Ash.
ash
Yes, sir.
into the water.
Yes, sir.
Also, अगर कोई unclaimed dead body है, right? Unclaimed, you understand what is unclaimed dead body,
Yes, sir.
right? No one has claimed that this body belongs to our family, this body belongs
Yes,
to
sir.
us, to our known person, right? So those
Yes, sir.
bodies many times are decomposed directly into the Ganga river, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thereby, at several places, dead bodies are found floating in the water, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's actually people consider the water to be sacred, and
Yes, sir.
people consider that it heals them, it cures them,
Yes, sir.
but
Yes, sir.
basically it leads to disease. Most likely the people will suffer from either diarrhea or typhoid, cholera, any of the
Yes, sir.
disease right now अगर person ने consume कर लिया ऐसे. Getting it? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So usually Ganga river में क्या हो रहा है? Basically detergents, chemicals which are being done by the hospitals, insecticides,
sir.
herbicides, they are being added into the water.
Yes, sir.
Apart from this, हमने देखा कि dead bodies,
Yes, sir.
right? And also the idols are also
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
basically thrown into the water,
Yes,
right?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Idols are being thrown, and idols, they are actually consist of so many chemicals in it.
Yes,
The
sir.
paint that is used to color them, that also
Yes, sir.
consists of so many harmful components in them. Thereby, it is basically adding so many harmful components in the water. फिर हम
Yes, sir.
देखते हैं कि like polythene bags, right?
Yes, sir.
Polythene bags are also thrown into the water. फिर हम देखते हैं कि like in the prayers and rituals may,
The flowers.
yeah, that is what I was talking about. Flowers are also thrown into the river water. Right now, so
Yes, sir.
all this adds up to the bulk amount of waste that is being dumped into the water, right? Also, अगर आप देखें कि farmers अपने cattles को, right, अपने buffaloes को, they take them into the river in order to
Yes, sir.
bathe them, right?
Yes, sir.
In fact, the worst thing is that some people even defecate near the river water, river Ganga.
Yes, sir.
People defecate also, right?
So what is defecate?
Defecate basically, people like defecate in the open area, like how people defecate in the open field. So here the people is basically excreting
Okay, sir.
nearby the river water. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So all these uncontrolled human activities are now polluting the water of river Ganga, right? So the pollution of river Ganga is, it's not a new phenomenon. It has been rising for several years, but recently the it is increasing at an alarming rate, right? If
Yeah.
not
Yes, sir.
controlled, one day it might actually become like the Yamuna. In several parts, it's so many polluted, so much polluted, right? And ये
Yes,
कौन से glacier से, by the way, emerge करती है गंगा? From the
sir. The Himalayas.
Himalayas, from the Gangotri glacier.
Yes, sir.
From the Gangotri glacier, it emerges. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Himalayas में भी different parts होते हैं ना, like there's a Trans Himalayas, Greater Himalayas, Lesser Himalayas. Okay, in geography you will get to study कि Himalayas के भी different levels हैं, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Gangotri glacier, in which state it is present? It is in Uttarakhand. Okay, so Gangotri glacier, that is in Uttarakhand, that is the source of this river Ganga,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. National fish of India, that is found in this river Ganga. Do you know the name of the national fish? National fish of India. You guys know what is the national fish of India? Dolphin,
sir.
no. The dolphin found in this Ganga river.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir. Ganga's dolphin.
Ganga's dolphin. Okay, okay. ये गंगा तो हम हिंदी में कहते हैं. In English, what do we call it? Ganges
Sir,
river.
dolphin.
नहीं मैं गंगा रिवर की बात कर रहा हूँ. In English, it is called as Ganges river. Ganges. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, back to our topic. We were talking about the pollution, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, at many places now, the river has been is called dead. बहुत सारे places पे river को हम dead कहते हैं. Why? Because the pollution level at certain places is so high that water at that place cannot support the aquatic life. Like fishes
Yes, sir.
cannot grow in it, aquatic plants cannot survive in it. Getting
So
it?
water does not flow.
Water also is also, the rate of flow is also very slow. It's not like it does not flow at all. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So recently and for so many years, several studies have been conducted regarding the Ganga. Okay, how we can clean the Ganga, right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, like अगर हम बात करते हैं वर्ल्ड वाइड फंड की, WWF फॉर नेचर, वर्ल्ड वाइड
Yes.
फंड फॉर नेचर, राइट ना, उन्होंने पाया कि गंगा में 10 that Ganga is one of the 10 most polluted rivers of the
Okay.
world,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And it is one of the most polluted rivers of the world because of alarming rate of pollution in it. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, India में in the year 1985, a plan was actually launched in order to clean the Ganga.
Yes,
ठीक है?
sir.
उसे हमने कहा गंगा एक्शन प्लान.
Yes, sir.
Called
Yes,
it
sir.
as Ganga action plan. So what was the aim of this Ganga action plan? This question will be asked in the exam. So the aim of the Ganga action plan was to reduce the pollution level in the river, reduce the pollution level in the water of river Ganga, right?
Ganga. Yes, sir.
But however, due to the increasing pollution, increasing population, and the
Yes,
rapid
sir.
industrialization, right?
Yes, sir.
This sacred river, the damage done to the sacred river is considered beyond repair,
Yes, sir.
Yes,
right
sir.
now. But still we need to take mitigation steps. हमें फिर भी इसे क्योर करने की जरूरत है, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what are the ways to control water pollution? We already know कि जो भी sources आपकी whatever sources are there because of which waste is being released into the water, that actually either needs to be stopped, or either we need to filter those waste before releasing them in the water body. Whether it's
Yes,
a sewage that is coming from our house, so sewage actually needs to go into the sewage treatment plants to make it harmless
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
before it is discharged into the water. That farmers should also be educated, like they should be educated to use correct amount of fertilizers and pesticides, and also they need to look for the timing भी बहुत important होती है. It's not like you can keep on adding fertilizers or pesticides daily. Okay,
Yes, sir.
right? Now all the industries that are releasing the toxic waste, okay, uh, they should be actually they should be heavy taxes should be levied upon them so that they reduces the amount of toxic waste,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So in this manner we can actually um, these are actually the mitigation steps that one needs to take care of, right? So
Yes,
हम
sir.
individual levels पे भी step ले सकते हैं, like we should not throw the garbage into the drains, into the open drains in the lakes or rivers or waters, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
And dead bodies, whether it's of any animals like rodents or snakes,
Yes, sir.
or even if the dead bodies that is found in the river after cremation जो हमें देखने को मिलती है, right?
Yes, sir.
So dead bodies not cremation is a different thing, right? Now cremation भी properly होना चाहिए, right? Cremation should also be properly, right? Now
Yes, sir.
so cremation should be properly, or body should be buried in a proper manner to prevent the pollution of water, right? Now and there should be regular campaigns in order to educate the people about the usefulness of water, about the importance of water,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay, so in our next class we will be talking about conservation of water. Furthermore, we will be talking about conservation of water, what is potable water. We'll talk a bit about that one also, right now. And there's an activity we will do in the class, and some of the questions we will be taking. So
Yes, sir.
most probably in the next class we'll finish this chapter and also begin with a new chapter. All right. Okay. And have you guys completed your maths assignment? आपने complete किया
Yes,
आपके
sir.
maths assignment? Okay. Also
Yes, sir.
submitted? You
Yes,
guys have
sir.
submitted also? Okay then.
Uh,
Yeah. All right, guys. So that's it for today. Allah Hafiz.
Laugh, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, Sundus. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Yes, Sundus. I guess I'm audible to you. Yeah, hello. Okay, okay, Sundus.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, good evening,
sir.
good evening. How are you all?
Fine, sir.
I'm fine, sir.
All right. Okay.
Sir,
Chakrika,
did we get our test marks?
your test marks. Yeah, it will be sent very soon. Okay, now
Yes,
it
sir.
will
You're
be
calling me?
sent to you. Yeah, I was telling Chakrika that. Okay, okay, Sundus. Yeah, Chakrika. Um, what was the name of the chapter you told that it will be coming in your upcoming exam?
Sir, elements and compounds.
Elements and compounds. Okay, okay. So
There
a
are
class.
also three other three. I mean, other
Please
three
repeat.
chapters. There are
Yeah,
also other three chapters.
yeah.
But
There are
they're
other
done.
3 chapters also, but
They're
the chapter,
completed.
elements and compound that hasn't been completed. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. So do one thing now. Just send a pic of the questions that is in that chapter. Okay. Send the pic of the questions of the
Sir, like there are
exercise
no
of that
questions.
chapter.
There's like a PPT.
It's a PPT.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. You can actually share the PPTs also. Okay. No,
Sir,
not the
like
PPTs, not the PPTs. Do you have the index? I just need to know the topics.
okay, sir. Yes, sir. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's what I was asking. Okay.
Sir,
So
I'll send
guys,
it to you on
let's.
Monday or tomorrow. I mean, I'll send it on Monday.
Yeah, you can send it either tomorrow or either on Monday. It's okay.
Tomorrow I can't, but on Monday I can.
Okay, okay. No issue in that. Hmm.
Okay, sir.
So let's continue our discussion regarding the soil, right? So several things we did talked about soil in the previous chapter, like what is soil, how soil is formed, right now, and the last discussion we had, we were talking about the 2 types of weathering, right? The physical weathering and the chemical weathering, right now. Okay. Hope you guys
Yes, sir.
remember what were the difference between the 2 types of weathering, the physical and the chemical weathering, right? And what were the components involved in the 2 types of weathering.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, and we also did talked about like what are the different important